So today we're doing a shrimp scampi. It's super delicious recipe. It's super simple to make and it should take you no more than 10 minutes. So for shrimp scampi, you have very simple yet super flavorful ingredients. We have lemon, butter, fresh basil, capers, garlic, and shrimp, and then of course, can't forget the wine. And so those are the ingredients that kind of make up a shrimp scampi. And of course a little bit of salt and pepper goes a long way, and some fresh olive oil. So to start off, the lemon zest. Lemons are really awesome because you can use a lot of different parts of the lemon. So the peel itself has a lot of really good essential oils, and it smells delicious. It's an aromatic. So you want to use a microplane to kind of get that peel out of there, and you want to just get the yellow part and avoid that kind of off-whitish colored part that's actually the pith, and it's very, very bitter, and you really only want the peel, and that's kind of what it looks like. And these things are really cool. If you don't have one, you should get one. It's a microplane. So that's all we need to do for that, and I'm going to cut the lemon in half so we can actually extract the juice from it as well. And there we go. So to start off with the rest of the scampi, so you want to start with having a really nice and hot pan. These are stainless steel pans, and they have a heavy bottom, so they actually work really well for cooking. To start off, I'm going to use a lemon olive oil, which is really good, and it's kind of perfect for a shrimp scampi. So just kind of drizzle the pan, get a little bit in there, and you want to start off by throwing your shrimp in there. So the pan is nice and hot. You can see it's kind of starting to smoke. So throw your shrimp in there, and your garlic. Kind of move the pan around. This wooden spoon works pretty well. And you just kind of want to start getting some color on here. Garlic burns pretty quickly, so you want to kind of keep an eye on it and move it around. A little bit more oil wouldn't hurt probably. And besides, it's a really good oil and it smells delicious. So we're doing that. Now we're going to throw in there the capers. And just kind of let that go. Then we're going to throw in some basil paste, which is actually a really awesome product. It's pretty much fresh basil. You can just buy it in the produce department. It's already turned into a paste. It's an excellent way to buy herbs during the off season when you can't get fresh herbs. Right now it's summer, so you can totally get fresh basil. But this is actually really good for this recipe. So throw that in there. And now you want to throw in some white wine. That'll help deglaze the pan and get your shrimp nice and cooked, and that'll actually be a really good body for your sauce. I'm going to throw in some fresh squeezed lemon juice, and I took the seeds out of the lemon ahead of time so that you don't have to worry about picking them out. Or if you want to be really cool, you can just squeeze this over a strainer into a little bowl, so you can just pour it in there. And that's it. Just kind of let that go until it reduces a little bit, the proper term is au sec, which means almost dry. So we're going to just let it keep going for a little while. At this point you can throw in some salt and pepper. I like using the fresh ground because it has an excellent flavor. The salt doesn't really matter if you grind it fresh or not. I just like doing this because it's kind of a cool thing to do. It gives you some good wrist muscles. And I just used a Mediterranean sea salt and just regular super black pepper. So this isn't quite au sec, but this is actually kind of a really good point for us to add our butter because we want to have some body to it so that it can coat the pasta. We're going to serve it over fettuccine. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the heat off right now. And then the reason I want to shut off the heat is because I'm going to add the butter. And the butter separates really, really quickly. So what I'm going to do is kind of push everything aside. And I don't know if you remember earlier I said that you needed to have the butter chilled. And that'll actually really be helpful for making sure that your butter sauce doesn't break, because that's essentially what this is. So just start whisking the middle and throw in a pat at a time. Just kind of whisk vigorously, if you will. And kind of just start off with one or two and then just dump the rest of them in there. use one hand to whisk and use the other hand to kind of move the pan around to kind of intensify or multiply that same effect. So now we're gonna just toss the fresh boiled pasta in there, and I just follow the directions on the back of the packet. This pasta is actually one of my favorite to use because it has more of a fresh baked pasta consistency and it tastes like it. It's pretty much raw pasta. It doesn't get dried. You find it in the refrigerated section. So just kind of toss it all around in this pan. And that's it. Now we're just gonna go ahead and plate. And it's okay if the shrimp stays at the bottom. You just kind of want to coat the pasta with sauce because that'll actually help you for plating purposes. You want to kind of put the shrimp or your protein on top. So just kind of try to bunch it up there. It's okay if you don't get any of the shrimp on there right away. You're gonna get them on there kind of towards the end anyway. As you can see, the pasta has really nice creamy sauce on there, and some of the capers, you can see them. The pasta box says it serves about 3, but really it depends on how big a portion you do. But this is kind of, if you're doing a multiple course meal, or if you're just serving 2 people, you can just dump all this on a plate and call it good. Just kind of randomly placing shrimp on there. So there we go, and then we're just going to finish it with a little bit of fresh basil leaves and a lemon, just for color and for garnish. Alright, so anybody can do this. Ladies, you can have this delicious dinner prepped for your husband or boyfriend in a very short amount of time. And guys, this is a super easy recipe. You can totally impress your girl with it. So hope you guys try this recipe and enjoy. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the page. And find me on Facebook, Chef Mario Special Events. Thanks, everybody.